Hey guys, welcome to Diablo 3 status update episode number 46, or possibly number 47, I'm not exactly sure. However, the reason you're seeing me and not my voice over some Diablo 3 gameplay is that my right hand really hurts from all of the clicking. I'm almost at my third level 60, and I've had to switch to the left-handed setup. My gameplay looks terrible, and I did not want to have to record that painful footage for you guys to see today, because it's nothing impressive. It's absolutely terrible. So, on today's episode of Status Update, I want to talk briefly about the changes that are coming in the upcoming patch 1.0.3, which, by the way, is going to be terrible. It's actually going to be terrible. It's nothing to be proud of at all. I mean, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. Like, just saying, it's going to suck. So, let me get a good look here. So first on the list, bridging the Inferno Item Gap. Alright, now, for Inferno, basically, Blizzard is going to increase the drop rates of items in every act. And when they're done, the drop rates for items will be the same in Act 3 and Act 4. So basically, you'll want to farm Act 3. The best parts of Act 3 are basically what you're going to want to farm. Now, this is normally, normally in a game like this, I'd say it's a good thing. But it's going to devalue everything. All of the shit that's already on the auction house is going to become worth less money. Recently, there was an interview with a Chinese gold farmer on Reddit. I think a lot of people might have seen it. It's on YouTube. It was an interview with a Chinese gold farmer by a guy named Marquis Dragon, I believe his name was. And during this interview, he basically says that he's botting to show the world how easy it is, to show the world how breakable the system is, and that he wants Blizzard to step up the game and stop it. He says that if he cannot make his living playing the game fairly full-time, then Blizzard has made a bad game. And he has 60 accounts, or he has 100 accounts that he paid $6,000 for. And he's botting them all day. And he's making 60 million gold every hour with his 100 accounts. And they're just running Inferno again and again. I think the first act, maybe the first two acts of Inferno, again and again and again and again, vendoring everything and going back at it. So he says that there's billions of gold people are saving the Chinese gold sellers. He specifically states Chinese gold sellers are saving. And it's going to flood the market the day the real money auction house comes out. People like you and me, people that saved up 10 million and feel like that 10 million or that 20 million or that 30 million is everything in the world, that should be worth a few $100s. It might not be. The rate that illicit gold is going for, according to the spam that I repeatedly get on my screen, and if you're in the general chat, you've seen it too, says that gold costs around $15 for a million now. Well, it was $40 for a million a couple weeks ago. Imagine if there wasn't this influx of gold. Gold might still cost $50 for a million. People like me would have thousands of dollars worth of gold. They could sell that immediately, but because of all this inflation, what we have earned is essentially useless. So the problem with increasing the drop rate, and this is the same problem that is created with the reduction of the difficulty of Inferno, which that's another point I'm going to get to. It makes it so there's more items, and it devalues the value of everything further. With the gold farmers coming in, with the botters coming in addition to nerfing these high-end difficulties, we're going to see prices go down and values quickly go down. Everything's going to become worthless really quickly because everyone is trying to sell it. Everyone's trying to make $1, which means that there's inevitably going to be way more people that want to get rid of their shit than want to actually buy it. So, sort of a huge problem. Next on the list is, you keep using that word. They're going to buff legendary items, but that's going to come with the PvP patch, not the next patch. The Nephilim difference, basically they're saying that they're going to be lowering the number of guaranteed rare items on bosses when you have full 5 stacks of Nephilim Valor from 2 guaranteed rares to 1 guaranteed rare. Which is, I don't know, I guess that's okay because, I mean, it doesn't really change much at all. It helps the problem a little bit, but not much at all. I mean, it cuts back on bots because bots have a specific path. Bots do specific things. Bots are not humans. They do not do independent things. They are programmed to follow specific routes and do specific things. So for a bot, it doesn't really make a difference. 1 rare First of all, the bot might not even go to the Skeleton King. It doesn't need to. Second of all, if it does, then that's one rare for every few hours. It's not gonna. It doesn't help virtually anything. Blizzard is removing the bonus monster damage per additional player in a co-op game. This might be the only patch change that I'm really in support of. I think this is a very good thing. By increasing the health of monsters and not increasing the damage, it encourages you to play with friends rather than to play solo. Because right now, monsters do, I think it's 15% extra damage for every single person on Inferno, which is a major deterrent. If they removed that, then it might be worth more for me to have a friend who's of equal skill. I'm Act 2, first part of Act 3 Inferno as far as my gear goes. So it might encourage me more to play with a friend. Versus right now, there is no reason that I would want a monster with over twice the health and do more damage for someone else to be with me who might be completely incompetent, when I could cut that number, I could cut his health below half of what it would be with one person with me. He'd do 15% less damage, and I could have the Templar with me to heal me. No, there's no reason why I would want to play with a group. So that's a good change. Now back to the bad ones. Oh yeah, Inferno Balance right now has a difficulty gap in which Act 1 feels about right, but Act 2 feels like trying to bust through a brick wall. Basically, they're going to be nerfing Inferno. I talked a little about this earlier. Basically, they're going to make Inferno really easy. They're going to make it a lot easier, and it's a terrible change. Paying for your mistakes. Current repair costs are really not even noticeable at level 60. They're going to increase repair costs 4 to 6 times. It's not a big deal. It'll hurt the players more than the botters. It's not a big deal. They're changing some things with attack speed. Not that important. They're going to lower the cost of blacksmithing and jewel crafting drastically. To make a flawless square, you need 2 squares and 100 gold and 2 tomes, rather than 3 squares, 20,000 gold and 2 tomes. So they're making big nerfs there as far as the prices go, but for perfect squares and above, the price will remain unchanged, which I kind of agree with. But the lower end prices definitely need to be changed. There'll be no balance changes as far as individual classes, maybe some bug things, little tiny things, but no real major changes. And then auction house improvements, blah 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 blah. So basically, that's all you get. And those are the changes that's coming at you, and I think it's going to be really rough for the economy. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this in Evil Money, and since the Real Money Auction House will be coming out this Tuesday, I will be doing an episode of Evil Money tomorrow. I will not have just gotten off work. I will be wearing decent-looking clothing, and it will be a little more professional than this impromptu episode of Diablo 3 Status Update. But I digress. Basically, the point I'm trying to make is this new patch is going to make the game even less profitable with the Real Money Auction House. It hurts the Real Money Auction House. It hurts the difficulty of the game. If you're struggling with Inferno, you're doing it wrong, because there are people that can kill Diablo on Inferno. I can almost kill Belial by myself on Inferno, and I've sunk probably 200k into my hero. And I've got well over 10 million gold right now, well over 10 million. And I've only sunk 100k into my hero. I should not be able to clear Act 2 right now. I think it's on the easy side. I think Inferno is either a little easy or just right. I don't think it needs to be made easier. I think this is a huge mistake. But anyway, there is your Diablo 3 status update. Today is June the 8th of 2012. Thanks again for watching. If you like my videos, please subscribe, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.